Hey, thanks for being here today. Obviously, after the last game, you don't want to let a game like that or Memphis beat you twice. And I would say we won some of the margin last game, rebounding, turnover battle, and today we lost those things. But we showed up with a 10 of 20 from 3 jump shot, 24 assists on 31 baskets, and there was a toughness on the offensive end. Down the stretch, there was some oddities that weren't quite executed. We're going to continue to work on that. But in league play, you can see everybody's just kind of fighting. They know how hard it is to get wins, especially road wins. So we're going to celebrate this one and then move on to the next. Any questions?
Coach, you mentioned those oddities. With those oddities, how proud of you are your team for battling through those, and how much of that is because of the early season kind of gauntlet you guys ran through, both, on the road and even some tough games at home?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've been in enough tough road games. I don't know what the math is, but I think we played 10 of our first 14 on the road. Yeah. And we've been in a bunch of close ones. We've had win ones where we shot well and win ones where we haven't shot well. We got the ball inbounds okay, but the decision-making afterwards is something that we'll address. So the pride is there. I'm probably most proud of about 10 minutes ago, we went down 6. And we said if we'll get this thing close to even by the 8-minute media, we'll be okay. And the guys did it. And that second punch that they came with in the second half, we punched first and they punched second to catch up. And then that second punch they came with, to be on the road and respond in that moment, we could have folded and we didn't. That 2.5 minutes is probably the stretch I'm most proud of.
Hey, Coach. H.A., congrats on the win. To point out the elephant in the room, the offensive rebounds was kind of rough throughout the game, 25-6 as the margin. But a few offensive rebounds in the second half from Trey and the other guys helped you guys all the way through to get the win. How important was it to persevere through that persevere past the Pirates' efforts to crash the glass and come away with a victory today?
Yeah, one, I'll say it's a big deal to persevere, but at the same time, the Pirates were great. But let's compliment C.J. Walker. I mean, 21 and 13, 10 on offensive glass. Even if he didn't get the offensive rebound, the vortex of us that it took to hit him or box him out left other people in freedom. So the Pirates didn't give up. Their coach should be complimented for their fight, especially with the slow start. But CJ was a guy today, and we just had to do a good job. And another thing is we switched when we weren't switching in the last 8 minutes, and then we trusted our guards to box him out. And so the offensive rebounding, slowing down in the second half with our guards on him, was something we're really proud of.
Coach, obviously you made a little bit of a lineup change today. You opted to go with Trey and Baba in the front court. What really, motivated you to make that change, and what did you think of Trey's performance?
I think it was a constant need to not know if they're in zone or man. Last game they went all zone for the first time. There's been games where they've gone both, and it just felt like they were trending towards the zone. And you could see where we started Trey early. It was him and Baba in the high post, and then him in the corner, and you can move Trey around in a way that a zone can't handle him. He can be in the cheat step, he can hit a 3. We just thought that wrinkle and then his recent play would give us an advantage when you don't know what defense is coming. And I'm really proud of his 17 and 4. I thought him and Baba had a hand about foul trouble today, and so we were yanking them in and out some. But when they were comfortable, they had great moments. That's 7 of 12, and then we only shot 9 free throws. They shot 25, but Trey's 3 of 4 were big ones.
Trey, obviously, what was going through your mind when Coach came up to you and told you were starting today? Obviously, it's your first start of your career, really. So what was going through your mind when he told you that?
Honestly, it was a dream come true. I've always wanted to start on the collegiate level, but, it's about finishing the game for me. And, I'm just thankful that I was able to start for the first time. But all I know is that it's how we finish the game is what most important. I think, a little down the stretch in the first half, I allowed C.J. Walker to get going by not boxing him out hard and being soft. So I take responsibility for that. I think that was a big chunk of me. But all in all, I'm really thankful Coach Jakus has allowed me to start today. And I'm just looking forward to the opportunity tomorrow, too.
After the shooting struggles last game, how impactful was it to shoot 50% from beyond the arc today? And that Ken Evans triple there down the stretch, it seemed like a huge one for you guys.
Yeah, Ken averaged 19 points a game last year and has been going through a difficult time. And I know in today's day and age with social media, it's probably easy to fall into easy picking. But he's a really good player. And to deliver 17 today, 4-7 from the 3, that's the Ken we saw all summer.
Yep.
And I think that's the Ken you're going to see over the next couple of weeks. And I really love Ken as a person. And he's always done the right thing. He never complains. And he pushed through. And just like Trey's kind of pushed through to this new level this last 3 weeks, I think that's right around the corner for Ken. Those shots are huge. Best thing for us was that 11 to 8 minute stretch. And maybe the worst thing for us is to go up 15-2 and think that they were just going to roll over. And to do those back and forth emotionally on the road is going to cause some maturity. We're thankful that this is our last tandem trip. We'll spend 5 days in the state of North Carolina after spending 15 in the state of South Carolina. So we like the Carolinas. But from here on out, we're going to get into one-offs or bye weeks or 2 games in a row at home. So we're looking forward to that. But the toughness in those 2 moments when we let them back in the game and then we let them have that lead in the second half on the road is great.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Trey.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.